Today we're going to talk about prepositional phrases. Prepositions are words we use to show relationships between words in a sentence. Prepositions introduce phrases that answer questions like where, when, what, and how. Some examples of prepositions are to, from, it, out, on, off, for, of, by, with, during, beyond, and toward. These, of course, are not all of the prepositions, but these are ones that are very common. So let's look at a prepositional phrases chart. Questions. Where? We stayed in a cottage beside the beach. When? During the bus ride, I discovered that the museum wouldn't be open until the next day. What? For the cover, choose any piece of paper except plain white. Or how? To everyone's amazement, the shy young man gave his speech with perfection. So if you look at these sentences, think how these sentences would sound and how their meanings would change without the prepositional phrases. For example, we stayed is the prepositional phrase. I discovered that the museum wouldn't be open. Okay. Choose any piece. And the shy young man gave his speech with perfection. Using prepositional phrases makes our writing clearer by giving readers necessary information about the people, places, objects, and events in our texts. Let's use this text as an example to explore prepositional phrases. This passage gives directions for an experiment with sound. Imagine if the writer tried to explain this procedure without using the prepositional phrases underlined. So, number one was get 8 bottles of the same size with narrow necks. If we didn't have that phrase, we wouldn't know how big they were. They should be, or what they should look like. Number 2 says put the bottles. We wouldn't know where. That would be in a row. Number 3 says fill each bottle with water from a little to a lot as you go down the row. Without that information, we wouldn't know how much water to put in there. Number 4 says put the bottom of the edge of our lower lip against the lip of one bottle and blow across the top. Without the prepositional phrase across the top, we wouldn't know where to blow. Number 5, do the same for all 8 bottles. We wouldn't know do the same for what. If you can't get a sound, tap each bottle. Without the prepositional phrase with the spoon, we'd probably try to tap it with your finger, tap it on the desk. It gives you a specific direction. Number 7, what is the pattern of the sounds? Okay, makes it more specific about what they're talking about with the pattern. The pattern of what? Of the sounds. So your activity today is in your writing journal. Remember, it goes in your writing journal and you will not have a Google Doc. You're going to pause the video and write prepositional phrases on the top of the next page of your writing journal or the back, depending on what page you're in your journal. Then you're going to write the 4 sentences below. All right, you should have paused the video and written prepositional phrases on the top of the next page of your writing journal or the back, and these 4 questions. So you're going to want to leave a little bit of space for the next part of the activity. It says read each question and write an answer in a complete sentence that includes a prepositional phrase. So refer to the prepositional phrase chart if you need help. So you should have written 1. Where is your school? When you answer the question, you're going to want to say, my school is located on Fort Rucker, Alabama. Number 2 says, when does your school start each morning? Okay, again, complete sentences. So, my school starts each morning at 7:30. Number 3 says, what is in your school library? Okay, complete sentences. My school library contains books and computers. Number 4 says, how can students be successful at your school? Again, complete sentences. Students can be successful at my school by trying their best. Those are just examples of some answers you could put in there. But remember, you are not just answering with one word. It says in a complete sentence that includes a prepositional phrase. Okay, so you have to use part of the question in your answer. Remember, this goes in your writing journal, there's no separate document for it. Just keep it in your writing journal.